Hi everyone, welcome back to the Bumpkin News. Today we want to look at Mr. Obama, try to define who he is, what he's about. It's to a lot of people it's enigmatic, but I think that I've finally figured something out about him. You know, before the presidential election, I took the position that Mr. Obama was a mountebank or a charlatan because he offered something ephemeral, something that was not of substance, platitude, hope, change, nothing concrete, nothing definite, no proven track record of performance. And I think this has pretty much been validated as we see the performance of our current president. I wasn't sure exactly what he was as far as his political economic philosophy. I knew that he was a socialist, but it was a strange amalgam. I mean, this individual, this Mr. Obama, because he seemed to espouse some American ideas, spoke about American values, even invoked the memory of Abraham Lincoln early on. But then in actual exercise and actual practice of being president was far from that, or is far from that. And it kind of had me confused for a while. As you no doubt noticed if you followed him, how often that he says one thing and then changes what he said to something diametrically opposite at a later time. But I think I finally got an idea of what Mr. Obama is about. I want to go back about 6-8 months, something like that, when during a press interview Mr. Obama made the statement. He said that the stimulus was working because unemployment benefits and health care benefits had been extended. And at the time, that to me was very confusing, because I thought that this person couldn't possibly be this stupid and this incompetent to think that the stimulus package was going to revitalize the economy by paying unemployment benefits and health care benefits rather than interjecting new capital and new investment in American business. And so as I began to ponder this, and I began to look at also his ideas of central control, and by central control I mean you look what happened at General Motors, at the big bank bailouts, at Chrysler. These things were the work of the bankruptcy court, and yet Mr. Obama was able to maneuver bankruptcy court from the White House. They did the work of a bankruptcy judge. That is, they began to advise who the executive officer was going to be, what kind of automobiles that they were going to produce, other things that they began to regulate. We've got executive compensation and certain practices. And as you no doubt know, General Motors eventually did go into bankruptcy court nonetheless. And so he began to gather those things to himself as a central planner, a central controller, which is foreign to the United States Constitution and manner of governance, but more akin to a communist regime. So that left no doubt to me, that and many other things, that he is in fact a communist. Now, back to that remark that he made, that the stimulus plan was working because it gave extension to unemployment benefits and health care benefits. It wasn't a slip. He said what he believed, what he was thinking, even though it was something that you might call ill-advised, that he may not have realized he was even saying. It might be a slip in that regard. But what he said was that according to his view, according to his economic view, the stimulus was working, because now we have something like 50 million Americans on government assistance, and more are joining the ranks all the time. We're locking in a voting bloc that will secure persons, possibly Mr. Obama and certain other elected officials, perpetual office holding. And so in his view, the philosophy that he has, the stimulus is working according to his own statement. We live in dangerous times right now for the Republic, and I think we've seen now exactly Mr. Obama's philosophy and what he really is. Thanks for watching, and let us know what you think.